Hey guys, so originally this video was supposed to come out around Halloween, but the real world hasn't really permitted me to make videos until just recently. But it's alright because I'm looking across the street at my neighbors and they still have pumpkins on their porches. So, happy Halloween! Anyway, so many people have suggested this video regardless of whether it's Halloween or not, so I figured it's time to do it. We're gonna count down the top 10 creepiest monsters in RuneScape. I hope you guys enjoy it. Number 10, Ankus. They mostly live underground, and they're described by Slayer Master Vanica as neither skeleton nor ghost, but a combination of both. What's interesting about them is that they act very similar to humans, attacking by punching. Remembering back to when the Stronghold of Security first arrived, and Ankus along with it, I was pretty scared of them. Number 9, Vampires. They're the dominant race of Mauritania and live off of human blood. For many years, they forced all the residents of Mauritania to pay taxes with their blood. It wasn't long before the citizens of Port Phasmatis got tired of paying with their own blood and turned to a stranger from the eastern lands that helped them all find a substance called ectoplasm, which in turn created a powerful barrier around the town and repelled the vampires effectively, but the barrier was so strong that not even the people of Port Phasmatis could leave, and eventually, due to lack of resources, they all started to die one by one. Not even their souls after death could leave either. Number 8, Ghasts. Ghasts are the undead souls of people that starved to death in the Mortmire swamp, which explains why the Ghasts want our food so badly. There's actually 5 stages humans take on before actually becoming a Ghast, and in the first stage you look pretty normal. In the second stage, your hair begins to fade and your skin turns pale purple. In the third, your hair becomes completely gray and might fall out. Your cheeks begin to slump and the skin turns to a more brown color. In the fourth and final stage, before actually becoming a Ghast, the white of your eyes turns yellow and your skin becomes so thin you can literally see the outlining of your own skull. And then finally, you become a Ghast forever. Number 7, Wall Beasts. In 2006 July edition of Postbag from the Hedge, a player asked for a picture of a wall beast's whole body. The reply contained no words, only a picture, and apparently this is what their body looks like. Later, through the lore of RuneScape, it was confirmed that they actually don't have a body. They are instead actually the hands of a much more giant creature that spans the length of the entire Lumbridge Swamp Caves and lives underneath it, and it's called the Grotesque, which is responsible for turning Lumbridge Swamp Caves into what they look like today. Number 6, the Experiments. Throughout the long history of the castle of Dr. Frankenstein in Mauritania, there has always been conflict over a very specific ring called the Ring of Charos. The ring once belonged to Charos, the castle's first resident ever. However, a few generations later, a man named Dr. Frankenstein stole the ring and killed a lot of people in doing so. Ever since, he has been trying to reanimate corpses and hides his failed experiments in a cave located underneath a tombstone. Not much lore other than that is provided for these experiments, but it does make me wonder who the victims of these experiments gone wrong really were. Number 5, Scavids. Scavids are an elusive race of small-clawed humanoid creatures that dwell in the Feldip Hills and small caves. They're forced to serve as slaves to the ogre race around the city of Gutanoth. Scavids can actually speak human language, but they can also speak in their native tongue, which is known simply as Scavid. They do this for safety so their cruel ogre masters can't understand what they're saying. Unfortunately, there are now only 15 known Scavids in the world, but they were once the indigenous race of Feldip Hills, but were almost forced to extinction in the Third Age by Bandos and his army. Number 4, Hopeless Creatures. There's something about the word hopeless that's just really creepy to me when you really try to think about that word and what it actually stands for in depth. Anyway, after the mysterious rift had opened up in RuneScape revealing these creatures, a little boy fell into it and had to live with these monsters for 25 years. Just imagine having to live with a hopeless creature for 25 years. I have a feeling that sooner or later, you'd become one of them too, which might be what happened to these guys in the first place. Number 3, Homunculus. It's some sort of creature encountered during the Tower of Life quest. It was created from the essence of life in the tower, and during the quest you find out that the 3 alchemists keeping it in a cage actually torture it, and you eventually set it free. The homunculus is apparently very powerful with magic, but apart from that, nobody really knows what it exactly is, and that's what makes it so creepy. In fact, nobody even knows if it's male or female. Number 2, Fire Watches. In short, they're vampires, but they can fly, and they too take blood taxes from the population of Mauritania. They patrol the skies as both soldiers and lords of the town called Meyerditch, and ask any human that catches their attention for their blood. Meyerditch was once a very prosperous town, and it's actually even bigger than Varrock is, but ever since the city was taken over generations ago, it has been changed into an unrecognizable ghetto, and now that large walls have been placed around the city, and the Fire Watches patrol the skies, there's no way out for the citizens. The Fire Watches continue to rule the city today and probably always will, killing and feeding on everyone at will. Number 1, Fear Reapers. There are also monsters that appear in the Soul's Bane quest, and they lurk in dark holes in the Room of Fear inside the Rift, and they jump out at you when you look into those holes. When I was a kid, these things actually scared me when they jumped out at me for the first time, because I figured a game like RuneScape would never include jump scares, but I was wrong. Perhaps the most creepy thing about these monsters to me is that they could be based off of Ghostface from the Scream movie series, which was a very popular horror movie series when I was growing up as a kid. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed yesterday's Dead Man Mode video. So far, it seems like everybody did. I'll definitely get on tonight and progress more, so the videos will be more entertaining, and maybe that way I can start killing some players. As always, if you know what I should count down next, post your suggestion in the comment section, and I'll try to make it happen. That's all I have for you guys today, and I'll be streaming shortly after this video has been uploaded, so be on the lookout for that as well. And I'll talk to you guys later.